Hello, and welcome back to Muse, the podcast where creativity meets personal growth and self-expression becomes a living practice. I'm your host, Damaris, artist, multi-passionate creator, and a deeply curious human navigating what it means to live and create with intention. It's the last episode of the month. Ooh, so exciting. And we're closing out the unraveling arc with what I call the becoming point. The first time I tried to edit a YouTube video using a new program, I sat in front of my screen for 2 hours, just staring. I shed a few tears, not out of sadness, but out of pure frustration. I didn't know what I was doing, and I hated how that made me feel. But a small voice in me whispered, "Stay. Try to see this through." And somehow, I knew this wasn't just about the video or even the skill of editing. It was about the version of me who shows up anyways. This was the threshold moment. That space between the version of you who's waiting and the version who's becoming. It's what happens when you stop waiting to be ready and just fucking begin. Because skill building, it's not just about the skill. It's about identity expansion. You're not just learning something new, you're becoming someone new by learning it. And becoming requires one thing above all: humility. The willingness to be bad, to be seen starting, to suck, to not run. Number 1, the myth of the natural. We hear it all the time. How do they do that? They're just a natural. But we glorify talent and ignore the truth. Most success, it's not magic. It's repetition and resilience. Humility gets you started. Consistency builds the proof. Number 2, what it feels like to be a beginner. Let's be real. Beginning and being a beginner feels messy. It's hard. It's vulnerable. It's awkward as hell. Slow and even embarrassing. That discomfort you feel, that's the space between the old you and the becoming you. Number 3, teaching yourself equals tending to your inner student. When you're learning something new, you're both teacher and student. It takes patience, curiosity, compassion, clarity. You get to choose your pace. You get to decide what structures works for you. You give yourself the permission to not know yet. Number 4, when self-doubt shows up mid-process, you'll hear that voice. You should know this already. Why is this still so hard? Your response? I'm learning. That's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Video editing for me has been one of the hardest skills I've tried to learn. I started out making short form content, and that felt easier, probably because the apps I used were built for beginners in mind. But when I moved into long form videos, I figured it wouldn't be that big of a difference, right? Wrong. I was humbled so fast. The software was complex, professional, over freaking whelming. There were moments I genuinely wanted to quit, many, many times. And even now, I'm still not great at it. I've only made a handful of long-form videos because it's such a grueling process for me. But I kept going. I made mistakes, spent hours and hours figuring things out. And even though it's still hard, I've gotten better, both at editing and trusting myself to keep showing up. Because here's the truth. Becoming is always awkward. But the awkwardness, that's the proof you're doing it. So let me ask you, what skill are you drawn to but haven't started because you're afraid to be bad at it? Where are you avoiding growth because you're clinging to competency? Who do you become when you let yourself begin again? Because now that you've broken down the walls through this month's unraveling, we end up with a deeper question. Who the fuck are you willing to become? You don't need permission. You need humility, curiosity, and a little grit. The rest, you build as you go. You're not behind, you're becoming. And before we wrap up, I wanted to offer you something that might meet you right where you are right now. It's called the Edge Map, a free quiz I created to help you get clearer on where your creative voice is coming from. Maybe you're in a beginning phase. Maybe you're buried under doubt. Or maybe you're already on fire and just need direction. 7 quick questions, 5 creative archetypes, and a direct no-fluff challenge to help you stop overthinking and start becoming. If you've been craving momentum or feeling stuck in your work, this might be the permission you didn't know you needed. You can find the link in the show notes, go take it, and then come back and tell me and share what you got. I would love to know. I want to talk about it. I want to engage with you and what it's brought up for you. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me for another month of these episodes. Next week, we step into the next phase of the arc: activation, self-trust, and owning your energy. So exciting! It's got a little bit more fire, baby. And wherever you are, whatever day it is, have an amazing one. And as always, keep creating.